Hey Lloyd,
Hey Maggie.
on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you about life right now?
I would put myself at a 9.5. Pretty stoked.
What's it like being CEO of Garage Grown Gear?
You know, it's good. It's fine. It's a job. Just kidding. I love it. It's great. I get to hang out in the woods and answer questions and pack up my campsite. It's pretty, yeah.
When was your first memory of loving the outdoors?
I grew up on Lake Michigan, and we would take out these like crappy playboats and just get wrecked in waves. And that's my first memory of spending time outside.
When did you start backpacking?
Probably in my late teens, early 20s. I was working at a summer camp in northern Wisconsin, and I led all the kayaking trips I could, so I started leading backpacking trips.
What's one thing people don't know about you?
I'm definitely a little bit of a weirdo, fairly quirky. I think maybe people who are quirky think that other people don't know that they're quirky, when in fact everyone knows they're quirky. But I would say maybe that's something that people don't always think about, or know about me.
Who is your hero?
I go with my brother. When I was like 4, I was like, didn't know how to swim and went to the deep end of a hotel pool, and my brother saved me. So I've said that ever since I was like 5.
What's your morning routine on trail?
I wake up and I'm like probably outside of my tent within like the first, I'm like out of my tent in like 5 minutes. Like I'm probably from wake up until walking, 15 minutes. When I'm up and I'm out.
Dream trail to hike?
Something not in Minnesota. That's my answer.
Used or new?
Used when the options you want are there, and new when they're not.
Window or aisle seat?
Oh man, hard hitting. I gotta go with aisle. You get more leg room. I mean, the cart that kind of comes through sometimes clips your feet, and that sucks. But window, it feels like I don't want that. Yeah, no, too claustrophobic. Not into it.
Who do you want to write your obituary?
Oh God, no one. Is being immortal an answer?
Yes.
Wait, I don't know. You, Maggie, I'd love you to write my obituary. I feel like you do a really nice job.
What's your dream job?
You know, probably what I'm doing right now. Yeah, what I'm doing right now.
Correct answer.
Yeah, I think so.
What are 3 things you can't live without?
My moped. I love my moped. I think it's pretty great. I can't live without cereal. Big cereal fan. The food group, not the podcast, but I also like the podcast. And my dog. Yeah, I'd be really sad if I didn't have my dog.
Biggest fear in life?
Ooh, not living up to other people's expectations, you know? I feel like, when you're growing up, everyone's like, you can be whatever you want. And then you get in your 20s and everyone's like, it's cool, you're like developing. And then you're like in your 30s and everyone's like, you need to actualize. So not actualizing, that's my biggest fear.
Current TV obsession?
I'm watching The Bear, season 2. It's great. It's way more pleasant than season 1, a lot less yelling, but a similar level of jeffing. Those who watch The Bear will recognize that. Yeah.
If your life was a musical, what would the title be?
Fiddler on the Packing Table? I don't know.
Most adventurous thing you've ever done in your life?
Ooh. I spent a month and a half backpacking in the Brooks Range of northern Alaska, and that was pretty wild. Yeah, it was with a bunch of 17-year-olds, which was pretty adventurous in and of itself to go backpacking with teenagers, and it was great. Yeah, loved it.
How would you define yourself in 3 words?
Constantly moving forward. I said I was quirky.
Favorite piece of gear you own?
My quilt. Can't go wrong with it.
Superpower you would want?
Oh, I always have a good answer for this one. I want to be able to eat as much food as I want without becoming full. Or, inversely, be able to eat a small amount of food that makes me full. But I get to decide. That's what I would want. other than like all the ones like too much responsibility for like saving the world. I don't know. I don't want anything that like radically alters my life too much.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of your day at GGG?
I love, this is going to sound bad. I love getting into Garage Grow before anyone else is there. And just like sitting and being amongst a lot of gear and just kind of like reflecting on what this thing is and what it's doing. And then people trickle into the office and it's like fun to see people for the first time in the day. And yeah, I love that.
What was your first screen name?
My first screen name, oh God. It was Sports Catser. So my dad wanted to get Sportscaster because I really like sports, but that wasn't available, and I had a cat. So my dad was like, "Well, we'll just be clever and call his screen name Sports Catser." So that's what it was. Pretty horrible.
What's inspiring you in life right now?
I'm really on this like I'm on this like life minimalism kick at the moment. Trying to simplify my relationship to work, to the wonderful job that I have, to Garage Grown, that can be all consuming at times. Trying to spend less time on my phone, more time being present with the people and places that I'm in. So I think that like general concept of simplicity is inspiring me at the moment.
What's the best piece of advice you've received?
Oh, if you're gonna do something, if you say you're gonna do something, do it. And
What's advice you would give to your teenage self?
oh God, I don't know. It's like, don't put so much pressure on yourself. Like, I don't know. I didn't like figure out that Garage Grown gear was even a thing I had any idea of doing until, until like 6 years ago. I had like an entire career before this. I don't know. People put so much pressure on themselves and things I think generally work their ways into spaces that you're supposed to be in. Yeah.
A book that everyone should read?
Ooh. Jonathan Livingston Seagull. Love that book. It's just about a seagull who finds himself. It's cool. I like it. Or Tortilla Flats. Love that book too. You didn't ask for two, but that's another book I really like. Also The Alchemist. That's the third. Kind of cliche maybe, but really read it at a time that I enjoyed. Also, fourth book, Voyage of the Dawn Treader by C.S. Lewis. I read that book about every year. It's great. Read cheap, little adventurous mouse. Super fun.
What would you like to be remembered for?
I don't know. I don't think I care really cosmically how I'm remembered. I think I want the people who I interacted with in life to remember me as someone they enjoyed spending time with. I think that's what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite trail food?
Okay, so this is just like a small thing, but those little like baby bells, those like little like cheese circles wrapped up in wax, love those. That's a fave.
If your life were a song, what would the title be?
Damn, it feels good to be a gang. No, I don't know. We'll go with that. Shout out to Ghetto Boys.
Dolphins or koalas?
Ooh, I think koalas are kind of disgusting. Yeah, I'm going dolphins.
Best gift you've ever received?
Ooh, in middle school, I asked my dad for this very complex Lego set, and he bought me a unicycle, which was not a Lego set, and I loved it.
Best gift you've ever given?
I gave my wife a trip to Puerto Rico a couple years back, like right before the pandemic started, and I like planned everything, and it was super fun, and it was like the first time I had unplugged from Garage Grown gear in like years. So yeah, it was great.
If you could master one instrument, what would it be?
Definitely guitar. Because I feel like that also gives you the ability to like show it off constantly. Like if you're like really good at the oboe, like who is gonna know? Like other than if you're a professional oboist, like no one's gonna care. But if you're good at guitar, like campfires or like mandolin or like something that's like portable and like fun and kind of social, yeah, something you can sing to.
What's your biggest regret?
Yeah, like I think early on in life, just like I think even like in elementary school, middle school, and high school, just like caring about what other people thought about you, and like letting that dictate like what you were and were not into. Yeah, that feels like a regret.
What's your favorite board game?
Board game? I'm gonna cheat. Card game. Dominion. Love Dominion. But really like any board game. I was definitely like a classic like loved playing Risk, loved playing Settlers of Catan. I love Wingspan. If there's any birders out there, some ornithologists, Wingspan's also great.
Diamonds or pearls?
Both. Who doesn't want both of those?
Uphill or downhill?
Definitely downhill. Yeah, I'm not about the struggle.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee. Yeah, tea just feels like slightly unpleasant flavored water.
What's the weirdest word in the English language?
Weirdest word? There's a word that there's a word we say around the office a lot, kerfuffle, which I really like as a word. Whenever we make a mistake, it's a kerf. But a word that I always struggle to say is peculiar. And so I'd say that's a peculiar word in the English language. Nailed it twice. Nice job.
Dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Milk chocolate. Judge me.
Summer or winter?
Definitely summer. I don't do anything in the winter.
You're stuck on an island. You pick one food to eat forever without getting tired of it. What would you eat?
Oh. So I would say cereal because I love cereal, but technically that's two foods because it's cereal with milk, and I am not a freak that eats cereal without milk. So I would say macaroni, probably Kraft. Yeah, I probably consumed like an elephant-sized amount of Kraft mac and cheese in my life.
A skill you're working on mastering?
Skill I'm working on mastering. Work-life balance. It's a real skill.
Best thing to happen to you today?
Being here and chatting with you, Maggie. Duh. Starting my day at this beautiful campsite that I just woke up at.
Worst thing to happen to you today?
Oh, I woke up to watch the U.S. Women's national team at 2 a.m. and they had a draw.
In the wilderness?
Oh, in
Are
the
you
wilderness.
serious?
Great question. That could not have happened in the wilderness. There was like an ant on me a couple of minutes ago. Yeah.
Best compliment you've ever received?
Oh, best compliment. It's antithetical to my personality to actually remember people's compliments of me. It's usually something I'm really bad at. But I don't know. I had an employee last week say that they fundamentally trust me, and that meant a lot. So I'll go with that. Yeah.
If you made a documentary, what would it be about?
Maybe this is like too on brand, but it would probably be like the history of ultralight backpacking, or like a deep dive into the niche of the cottage industry. Something like that.
What was the last thing that made you cry?
Although a very emotional person, crying is not something that really happens to me particularly frequently. But I was at this animated film fest in San Francisco a while back, and there was this movie about a polar bear that drifts off on a piece of ice away from his mom, and that did it. Yeah, climate change combined with animated polar bears. That is apparently the sweet spot that gets me.
Toothpaste or tooth tabs?
Oh, tooth tabs all day. Yeah. I
Song?
feel like if I'm at home, like I'm not going to use tooth tabs if I'm at home. Sorry, people do. It's probably not the right thing for me to be able to say, but yeah, tube at home, tooth tabs whenever I'm not at home.
A song you can listen to on repeat?
Teenage Dirtbag has been one that's really been bumping through my brain recently. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's the great thing about music is like I can't relate to that song at all, but I feel like I can. Yeah.
If you could switch lives with someone for a day, who would it be?
I would switch places with Barack Obama. I feel like, yeah, he'd be an interesting person to operate in the world through. Yeah.
What are you most excited about at this time in your life?
House projects? Man, that's lame. Also accurate. House projects.
Your go-to for having a good laugh?
Watching Community. Yeah. Shout out Community. This is Lloyd and Maggie in the morning. Niche reference. It's actually Troy and Abed in the morning.
What's your favorite place to be?
My bed. Yeah. When I'm, this is insider information. I do most of my work from home from my bed. I lie in my bed. I have my little laptop on my like a little otter, and I just like send emails. So if you ever get an email from me, there's probably like a 50% chance that I was sent from in bed. Yeah.
Your affirmation for the day?
Ooh. I do like a mantra that I do fairly frequently, and I'll do the speed version of it, but it's breathing in, I calm my body, breathing out, I smile, breathing in this present moment, I know this moment is wonderful. And it helps me try to stay centered and grounded in the places that I'm at. And yeah, also breathing. People should breathe more. It's helpful, you know?
Well, thanks so much for answering these questions with
you
us
bet.
today, Lloyd.
Thanks for having me.
Have a great day on trail.
Thanks. See ya.